Welcome to the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your host Devin and Drew, the podcast where we give fake awards to a TV show from almost 30 years ago with animated characters. And this is part 2 of our recap. We are going to announce all of our winners for the nominees we announced yesterday or last week. And if you got nothing, then we'll just get right into it.
Yeah, I got nothing. You gonna read off the nominees or the categories?
Fuck yeah. So first category we're gonna go through is best episode. We got episode 9, which was the robot episode of Gohan. Episode 11 was Planet Arlia. Episode 20, I think Yamcha died in that one, maybe.
That was 20. That was King Kai giving the history lesson on the Saiyans.
Oh, okay. Episode 23 was when they killed Yamcha. Yes. I should have known that. Episode 30 was... what was
the
30?
Beginning of Goku versus Vegeta.
Okay. And then 35, the end of Goku versus Vegeta. And our winner is episode 11, Planet Arlia.
With an astounding 100% of the vote.
Yeah, pretty clear choice. I mean, that was the one episode, I think, where we definitely appreciated it more upon our, multiple viewings. Out. Yeah, especially for this podcast. I mean, I definitely never appreciated it until this time around.
Yeah, I would have.
And now it's forever going to go down as one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, for sure.
And I'll forever be wanting more Nappa because of this episode. And I'm going to forever wish that there was some sort of Saiyan spinoff where they just conquer planets and make great jokes.
Was this the first episode with Nappa? This was the episode that pretty much changed?
No, they had Nappa before in episode 2 or 3, I think.
Did he actually do anything, or was he just...
It was just Vegeta and him just chatting.
Oh, that's right.
After Raditz died.
Yeah, okay. Ginger Vegeta.
Yeah, I miss Ginger Vegeta too, man. Oh, they shouldn't have got rid of that. They made Vegeta stand out a little better.
Daywalker Vegeta.
Cool. Next category. The fight of the fight.
Should you explain the meaning behind that?
Fight of the fight? I think it was just an inside joke with...
Well, in combat sports, they give out bonuses to the fight of the night, meaning the best fight of the night. But then we kind of came up with our own fight of the fight, which is when a fight is even better than the best fight.
It's exaggeratedly better.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, that's how we came up with fight of the fight. I feel like when I was naming these categories, there's a couple of them where it's it has to be named that, even though it's an MMA reference, it's just the best name for that category.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we got fight of the fight, move of the night, those category names. But the fight of the fights nominees are Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz, Yamcha versus Cyberman, Goku versus Vegeta, Nappa versus Tien, Goku versus Nappa, and Piccolo versus Piccolo. And our winner for fight of the fight goes to Goku versus Vegeta.
That was a easy decision for me.
Oh, me too. This fight was, how long did it go? 2 or 3 episodes?
It started episode 30.
It's really the first long form fight we get between two characters.
Oh, yeah, in Dragon Ball Z, yeah, it is. It sets the whole tone for the whole series.
Yep, and then, yeah, it's just and not only does it set the tone like that, but this is also takes the cake for most grueling, battle ever. Just an absolute dogfight, very violent.
Yeah.
Dirty tactics used by both fighters. Just all around great battle.
Mm-hmm.
So, easy decision once again.
Yes.
Cool. Moving on. We got the move of the night, which is pretty much the best technique. It didn't have to be a special move per se, but just this was just a list of all like the cool techniques we saw this season, which whether it be special moves or just something that helped win battles. I don't know. We got Raditz's Double Sunday, the Kamehameha Wave, Spirit Bomb, or Spirit
Bombaroo.
Got the Kaioken technique, Special Beam Cannon, Tri-Beam Cannon, Masenko, Exploding Wave, Solar Flare, Self-Destruction, Eye Lasers, Break Cannon, Galaxy Blaster, Powerball, Wolfang Fist, the Yamalock, Gallic Gun, Piccolo's clothes-making ability, Multiform, and the Weasel's Last Fart. Alright, so the winner this year is the Kaioken technique. This is the first category where we actually had a little bit of dispute. We had to go to our third non-biased, unnamed judge to
third party.
Exactly. We had to outsource for another vote.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Exploding Wave.
That's right. I knew you would do that. Yeah,
Nappa's move. Nappa's move, where he just raises up two fingers and just disintegrates everything around him.
Yeah.
And he has like multiple versions of doing it. Like on Arlia, he does it and he just kind of everybody just disintegrates around him. And then he also uses it to level out all of East City when they land. And then he uses it a third time on his famous rampage around the world when he's waiting for Goku. It's just such an awesome. I just love how that technique looks, and I even have
visually it's very nice.
I got my Nappa figure that's in the Exploding Wave position. But Kaioken the winner, and it's hard to argue that one too. I mean,
that was my pick.
It was the first we saw of a technique that we end up seeing a lot throughout the series that Goku still uses even in Super.
I thought it was the key move in the Goku and Vegeta fight, and without it, that fight would have been a lot different.
Oh, for sure. Like if there was like a video game version of this fight between Goku and Vegeta, like Vegeta's health bar probably went down the most when he was fighting Goku on Kaioken times 3.
Yeah. And Goku's went up.
What's that?
And Goku's his went up, or his special went up, or
Oh yeah, exactly. And then dramatically drained down after.
Oh yeah.
His body just gives out on him after Kaioken.
But without it, I don't think he would have been able to necessarily hold his own. I think he would have been a little outmatched.
What do you mean?
When he fought Vegeta, I think he was able to go toe-to-toe with him because of the Kaioken.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't think that's without question.
So, yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. So, that is our winner. There's some other cool techniques in that list that definitely deserve a little second look.
Yeah, I considered Nappa's move, of course. I considered Masenko.
Masenko's a cool one. Double Sunday just has my favorite name for a move.
They also call it Weekend, don't they?
I think so. There's a bunch of different names for it, but I don't know. Yeah. Double Sunday just rings off the tongue. Real nice.
Yeah, we talked about this during the early episodes. So,
and then self-destruction also we see a lot of self-destructions throughout Dragon Ball, I feel like, but these are the first two big ones, at least.
I think we do.
I want to say there might have been a self-destruction in the first Dragon Ball too, like maybe like one of the villains used self-destruct. I could be misremembering, but I feel like something in the back of my head's telling me there was a self-destruction.
Does that Terminator self-destruct?
I don't know, maybe. But we saw a lot of techniques this season for sure.
Oh, yeah. We're only going to see more.
Cool. All right, moving on. Best quote. We got Vegeta's over 9,000, of course. We got Chico's Gandalf quote about time and space and the singularity. And we've got our winner, which is Piccolo's quote. What is that? I've never felt I've never felt so much power. So, again, no brainer.
Yeah, this was an easy choice for me.
One of our favorite Dragon Ball Z quotes ever, which becomes a recurring gimmick.
Right, and then just not even just for Piccolo, but
yeah, other characters. Even just in this season, I know Tien said it, I think, once or twice.
Krillin said it once.
So yeah, it's just a great gimmick. Good job, Piccolo. And branching off from best quote, we have a subcategory, best insult. We got, when there's really only two nominees worth mentioning for insults. You got Nappa, who every sentence that comes out of him is an insult, but
yeah, we could have just put Nappa and just like that's it. Just
yeah. So I just picked one at random, which was one of my favorite ones. Your heinousness, bring on the cricket brigade.
The cricket brigade.
But even though Nappa's insults are great, no insult really tops this one. I don't think, even for the rest of Dragon Ball in general.
It's going to be hard.
Mr. Popo's, you know yourself, do you? How come you do not know that you are weak? The ultimate thug life quote of the Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, another no-brainer.
That insult did more damage to Yamcha's self-esteem than any Side Moon could ever do.
Yeah, that was really the episode that Yamcha died.
Yes. Yamcha was a broken man after that line from Peppo.
He never recovered either, because he never really fights again.
Yeah, that pretty much led to his death, him becoming the ultimate cuck for Bulma.
So you could really say that Popo has a win over Yamcha.
Indeed. So, next up, we got Best Monologue. We got Kami's speech about Piccolo. We got Piccolo's training.
From episode 17.
Kami. 7.
Is it 7?
Yep, episode 7.
Okay, 7.
Episode 8, we got Piccolo's speech. I think something about to Gohan or something? Something about training.
Episode 8?
Yeah, episode 8. I
think it was one of the ones I put in?
I don't know if you put it in or I did. I think it's one of the ones I did. I think it's... Oh yeah, this is...
yeah, this is one you put in.
This is him summing up like how the training is going to go for the next 6 months.
This is Boot Camp Piccolo.
Boot Camp Piccolo, yeah. This is rest in peace, Arlie Ermy Piccolo. This Full Metal Jacket Piccolo. We got Gaz and Mez's little conversation about King Yama ripping their tongues out for lying.
Episode 13?
Episode 13, yep. If you want to go back and... I think that's only in the sub, so if you want to go back and read those subtitles, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Episode 22, Piccolo. Which one? What was episode 22?
That was when he basically challenges the Saiyans to a fight. He says, we're not here to bow down to your demands, so let's fucking fight.
Nice. And episode 28, we had another one from Piccolo. Then we have Vegeta. Episode 26, this was a tough close second for me. This is his Quentin Tarantino speech about torturing Goku for 3 hours and killing his family in front of him. And lastly, we have Goku's episode 35 speech.
Did you say Piccolo in episode 28?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Goku episode 35, where we had two very different speeches and contrasting between the dub and the sub. But one was basically him giving a speech about showing mercy to Vegeta, and the other was letting Vegeta go so he can fight him again at a later date. And our winner is Goku's speech, which
Yeah.
definitely was a close second for me. I really do like that Vegeta speech, but Goku's, that definitely had a long-standing impact in my brain. Like, I think before we even rewatched this whole series, just from my childhood, that moment from that episode stuck out more than any other moment in the entire season.
That speech?
Just that whole scene with, like, Vegeta crawling back to his pod, Krillin limping over with Yajirobe's sword, and then Goku stopping him with that speech.
Yeah.
That moment stood out more than any other in the whole saga for me.
Okay. Yeah, but that was my pick too.
Yep, so yeah, it was unanimous, I think, definitely.
Yeah.
Boom. Moving on. Best montage. There's only a few different choices for this one, but montage has definitely become a recurring thing throughout this series. So we'll start with the original three. We got Chaozu and Tien. We got Gohan and Piccolo Part 1 and Gohan and Piccolo Part 2. And the winner is Gohan and Piccolo Part 2.
I thought this was another easy decision.
Me too. Chaozu and Tien's montage, it was kind of funny. Didn't really make any sense. Some of the clips they picked never really happened, but
yeah, they had to do a lot with why I didn't pick it.
It was a good one. I'd say it was second to Gohan. I mean, Gohan and Piccolo's Part 2 one was way better than all the other ones.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it was also kind of weird. I feel like, especially watching those two episodes back to back, it was weird because they ended one episode with a montage and then they started the next episode with another montage. So it's weird just seeing back to back montages like that. But the second one definitely had the better scenes. It had all the training and the boot camp and
the first one was kind of short.
It was short.
There wasn't much to it.
And it was just like scenes of like, from what I remember, it was just like scenes of like Gohan crying.
Yeah.
But yeah, another easy choice. A lot of these are easy choices. Next up, the Olympic Pain Medal awarded to the character who endured the most pain.
The Hall of Pain.
The Hall of Pain. The House of Pain. We got Goku, Tien, Piccolo, Raditz, Vegeta, Nappa, and the T-Rex. And our winner is Goku.
This was a hard choice for me. Really?
This was like one of the easier ones for me.
I think I spent more time on this than any other category.
What was your second?
I came down to Goku and Vegeta.
Okay, that makes sense. Those are definitely, I'd say, the two closest. Because every other one, there was a lot of pain involved. I'd say Tien was maybe the third. Just because he had his arm ripped off and he had to still fight for a while.
Yeah.
Unlike Piccolo, who can just grow his arms back. But
I kind of forgot, like, while I was looking it over and thinking about it, I kind of forgot, like, what scene we were using for Vegeta, so I just kind of used them both. I thought about the Spirit Bomb and when Gohan fell on him, and I just kind of...
Yeah.
But, I don't know. He was still, even after both of them, he was still, he was still moving. He was still...
Exactly.
He couldn't fight, but
he was able to walk away from both of those.
But
events.
I went back and watched, and Goku was out of commission before before Vegeta grabbed him and started crushing him.
This is true. Yeah, I think the Kaioken was the thing that really put him out of commission. But on top of that, when he was already like couldn't walk, Vegeta's just crushing his body.
Yeah,
he had to be hurting pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
and as we see, he ends up in like a full body cast.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah,
I think he got it a little worse.
That's what it ultimately came down to for me. Just what you said. Goku it was close between him and Vegeta, but Vegeta did walk away from both of those despite all that damage.
Well, he crawled away.
And
Krillin had to help him back in his space pod.
Yeah, and just all the other nominees like Tien, or not Tien, but Piccolo, Raditz, and Nappa. Although theirs were painful, they were very quick. So
Yeah.
didn't really consider them. But they were worth mentioning for the nominee nonetheless. So what do we got next? We got one of my favorite categories, the Anthropomorphic Achievement Award. It's one of your favorite categories too. Got Owl with a Hat, Dick Wilson, T-Rex, Oolong, Turtle, Crime Dog, Bubbles,
McGruff.
Yeah, McGruff the Crime Dog, Bubbles, the original Super Saiyan, Gregory,
Jeremy.
Is it Jeremy or Gregory? You're goddamn confused now. Jeremy from now on. We got Navy Ship Captain Dog. And did we really nominate Poir? What the fuck?
You did. You nominated everyone.
Yeah, Poir.
I tried to nominate Korin, but...
Yeah, it was too late. You got snubbed, unfortunately.
I can't believe you left Korin
We're gonna get a bunch of cat protesters next season telling us about how Korin got snubbed for the award.
I wouldn't have voted for him, but he probably would have been like my honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't know how we forgot about him, but we forgot.
You forgot about Korin, and you put some Navy dog in there who's on the show for all of 10 seconds.
Motherfuckers activate. Forgot about Korin. But nonetheless, he wasn't going to win anyway, so sorry, Korin. And besides, you didn't grow enough senzu beans, so everything's your fault. Our winner, by unanimous decision, Dick Wilson.
Yep.
Iconic character that doesn't get talked about enough.
Very integral.
There's questions to whether he really existed or not, or was he just in the Gohan's head?
That's true.
But even if he didn't exist in the physical world, he still had a huge impact.
Yep.
On this saga.
I mean, it wasn't a hard choice for me, but I was like 95% Wilson and then like 5% Owl in the Hat, because I think we really stumbled on something with him.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot more important than we realize. There's
a soft spot in my heart for Owl with a Hat. I'm hoping he makes some more cameos, because because we saw him in the show. I saw him in the manga too. So I'm hoping he pops up a couple more times. I hope we're not done with Owl in a Hat.
We'll just have to pay close attention for him.
And for those who are tuning into this series late and don't know who Dick Wilson is, Dick Wilson was the tiger that Gohan befriended. Cat. Yes. So if you want to find out how we came about that name, you're just going to have to go back and watch.
Yeah. I'd say what episode, but I'm not sure. I guess it's probably the episode around whenever we talked about him, or whenever he was actually on the show.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a bunch of episodes, but he
starts off in episode 1. Yep. But I don't think it was until like when he was running around with Gohan that we actually named him.
Yeah, he follows Gohan around for a few of those filler episodes.
I think it's around episode 15.
Yep. And now we get into the meat and potato categories. Best supporting role. The character who was the most valuable that didn't necessarily fight.
Just not like a main character.
Yeah, I mean, they're main characters. Bulma's a main character.
I mean, not like a main character. Like a Goku or a Gohan or a Krillin or a Piccolo.
Yeah. I mean, if you go back to Dragon Ball, I mean, Bulma is...
Oh, I think Bulma's...
the co-main.
Oh, yeah, Bulma's absolutely a main character in Dragon Ball, but... Yeah.
So, obviously, Bulma. We got her first. We got Korin. We got Master Roshi. We got Yudo Roboto. which isn't his name, but that's what I wrote down.
C6. Or
C6.
an alternate name is Mr. Robot.
Mr. Roboto, Domo Arigato, Domo
Arigato?
Domo Arigato, yeah. I'm bad with Japanese, obviously. King Yama, we got Kami, Mr. Popo, King Kai, the original Saiyan Bubbles, and Jeremy. And the winner of the first inaugural supporting role Dragon Ball's Deep Nappa Award is Kami. Boom. This is one of those ones.
Why Kami?
This is one of those ones I didn't even think about who was going to win until after we did the part 1 episode. And I was like surprised when I came up with Kami, but this is another one where we disputed too. I don't know how you felt about Kami.
Oh, I'm fine with Kami winning. I think it came down for me. I voted for Roshi.
Yes.
I don't necessarily have a good reason why I voted for Roshi.
Yeah, I was curious to what your reason was going to be, because I was like, well, I mean,
I think he was kind of like in parts he was like the comic relief character, and then in other parts like he was the guy that kind of let all the other supporting characters know what was going on, and kind of like the moderator between them.
I see what you're saying. He definitely was. I feel like he was the voice of reason throughout the season.
More or less, yeah. Because they'd be like, "Oh, Goku's gonna win, right, Roshi?" He's like, "Well, I don't know, dude." Like he's that guy. Like, yeah,
I'd say he definitely kept all the other supporting characters in check for a while. I'm sure he had a big. He helped out with keeping Chi-Chi in line and kept her from running into battle and distracting everybody and getting everyone killed.
Mm-hmm.
But I ultimately...
And then we also got scenes with him, like, when he's on the phone in the bathroom and stuff, so...
Yeah, there were some funny scenes. I think when I was picking the winner for this role, I went with Kami just because I feel like he just did the most. Like, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, he helped the most, for sure. Because if you think about it, he brought Goku to Otherworld, which is huge.
Yeah.
He also, after he brought Goku to Otherworld, he started training all the other fighters. Granted, they all died pretty quickly, but they were at least able to hold off Vegeta and Nappa until Goku could get there. So, yeah, those are two big things.
I think it came down between Roshi and Kami for me.
For sure.
It was just more like a coin toss. Like, there was no real favorite for me there.
And then close third to the robot.
Who
I probably would have picked if I knew that there was any chance that he might win. But who knows?
About that, dude.
Maybe next year.
Are there any robots in the next saga?
I hope so. I know we got Yudo Roboto, the best robot.
There's a lot of robots in Dragon Ball. You're going to love when we cover that.
Yeah, Super 2. I didn't like the robots in Super, though.
Some of them were okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And we got the MVP of the night, most valuable player, Yajirobe, Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan. And the winner is, drumroll, Yajirobe. Fuck yeah.
Of course.
I was so happy that Yajirobe won.
I mean...
It was an easy pick for me, but...
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I mean, I
think everybody knew that I was going to pick Yajirobe. But it was definitely close.
I didn't pick Yajirobe, but I mean, I knew he was going to win.
A lot of characters had their moments, and it was a team effort for sure.
I don't think there's that many people you could pick for this category, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, we nominated Gohan, I guess. I'm not opposed to any of the characters we nominated.
Gohan didn't exactly do anything this saga.
He did. He transformed and he smashed Vegeta at the end.
That was by pure luck and coincidence.
Yeah.
That was not planned.
Piccolo
at best is probably who you could really say.
Yeah, he saved Gohan.
I mean, he
kind of led all the Z fighters in battle.
He had some questionable tactics during the fight, though.
He did. He kind of slipped up a few times, but
he trained Gohan.
Did a lot.
Yeah.
And then you got Goku, who we already talked about a bunch of all his shit this season, but
yeah, I mean, the argument you could make for Goku, you kind of make the same argument for Yajirobe.
Yeah, and Yajirobe, I feel like this was just going to be our only chance to nominate Yajirobe for a big award like this. And it was just like one of those things you wouldn't, if you never saw Dragon Ball, it would have caught you by surprise all that Yajirobe was able to accomplish this saga. Just with his sword. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
If you think about like when Yajirobe first got introduced in Dragon Ball, cutting off dinosaur tails and monster heads, eating things, wearing luchador masks, fighting in tournaments, to now he's gonna fucking single-handedly destroy the biggest, baddest alien the world's ever seen. He's come a long way.
He has. And he didn't even train touch butt with Popo and Kami.
Yeah, he didn't buy into all that fucking movement coach bullshit. And that's why Yajirobe is our MVP of the season. Boom. And now, another important award. We got Most Improved Player, which is the character who developed the most. Not just physically, but in all aspects. Mind, body, fucking technique, fighting ability, strength, all that shit. We got Gohan, Goku, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, Chaozu, Yajirobe, Yamcha, pretty much everybody who fucking fought. And our winner is Gohan. And yeah, this is another split category, but I'm not mad at Gohan winning. I mean, he did come a long way. Came from being a crybaby bitch.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Goku, I think.
Sure?
I think so. Pretty sure. Yeah, I definitely voted for Goku.
Oh, okay.
I just thought Goku, if you like look at Goku from the beginning of this season to the end, even though he started at the higher than anybody else, I just thought the change was just so dramatic. Like, he went from just as a character. I mean, he's very first, or was it second episode? When does Raditz die? First or second episode?
I think third.
Third? So yeah, he starts right off the bat. He gets all this shit thrown out of him. His kid gets kidnapped. He gets told by fucking his alien brother that he has to kill 100 people and line up their bodies on the fucking beach. So he's got all this shit going through his head, and then he manages to pull it off. Fucking sacrifices his own body to save the world. Yeah, and then after all that, so he starts it right off the bat, like going from just like the guy who saved the world on occasion by evil, bad Red Ribbon armies and whatnot, to fucking taking a special beam cannon to the chest from Piccolo to save the planet. And then goes to another dimension and just becomes exponentially more powerful in a year's time. To the point where he's like pretty much, I mean, he's not as strong as Vegeta in the end, but gets pretty damn close. But anyway, even Vegeta was like shocked. Like the whole time he's fighting Goku, he's like, how is this the same fucking person who barely got through Raditz?
Yeah, well, Vegeta's whole thing he was still stuck in the old Saiyan ways of the class system, and he's just a low class Saiyan. He's nothing, but that shit really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, in the end, he never saw anything like this. Such improvement in just a short amount of time. So
Yeah.
that's why I picked Goku, but I'm obviously not mad about Gohan winning either.
Yeah. To me, Goku didn't. Maybe it's you watch the subs, so I'm sure it's different. I mean, it obviously is different. We saw, but in the dubs, he like as a character, he doesn't change that much. Like he just like yeah, he gets stronger, but he was already the strongest. So
yeah,
but there's not a whole lot different, like personality wise or anything like that. There's not a whole lot of difference.
See, I don't know about that, man.
I think he changes more over the next few sagas than he does in this one.
I feel like Goku almost becomes like a whole new character. Like if you go from episode 1, like even like he was like even looked like younger. Like in the first episode, like he looked super young. He's got that like baby face that we talked about.
Well, I mean, are we going off animation here?
No, I'm just saying in general, like the way he acts, he's still like almost like a child. I mean, granted, he's a man-child throughout the series, but like he's almost like in episode 1, he's almost like Goku from Dragon Ball, pretty much. Like just takes.
Yeah, I mean, I chalk that up to plot more than character.
And then I'd say even, I mean, if we're talking about the animation, the way he looks almost reflects on his character, like how he acts. When he when he gets like a little taller and like grows, like matures a little bit. It's like almost his character matured a little too.
Well, I mean, Goku's, he's always kind of been like he knew it was a serious situation and he had to be serious. But I mean, he was like that when he fought with like Piccolo in Dragon Ball. Like he knew the stakes and he knew that it was like a do or die situation and he had to take lead. I don't think that much changed in that aspect of him.
True that. So, what were your big reasons for picking Gohan?
I mean, a lot of what you just said, really. I mean, when we first see him, he's just an innocent kid. He's probably never thrown a punch. All he does is cry. And I mean, he doesn't do a whole lot in the saga as far as being helpful, but
yeah, he's a titty baby.
Yeah, I mean, he's 4 years old and he's never been in a fight before. And then they just throw him in there with like the two strongest beings ever. It's like, all right, here's your first chance. It's like it's like throwing CM Punk in with like, whoever.
Mickey Gall.
Or not even like Roy McDonald or,
oh my God,
Darren Till.
I want to see that now.
Like that's basically what this is.
True. Yeah.
But I mean, he had his moments of weakness and whatnot, but he was still there. He came around.
Yeah, he does.
We saw him fight with Vegeta there for a little while. Be it Vegeta was on like 1% health, but still.
I think we should also give an honorable mention to Piccolo too. He was my close second pick. This
yeah.
I did have. This is probably the category I had the most trouble with picking somebody, because Piccolo he goes from being the bad guy in the very first episode to being fucking the green daddy. And he literally goes from being an evil demon to being the guy who sacrifices himself to save his fucking adopted son. And not only that, he's like the son of his enemy. So pretty crazy stuff.
Which he even like mentions that.
Pretty cool. So he was a real close second for me. That was a coin toss.
Yeah, I think it was between those two for me as well.
And he might not have been as good of a fighter as Goku, but as far as like a trainer, I mean, he trained up Gohan like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he's directly responsible for that.
Cool. So that's that award. And last but certainly not least, Best Character Award. We got Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Nappa, and Yajirobe. And the winner for Best Character
by a landslide,
the 2018 Nappa Awards. Landslide victory goes to Nappa. Insert Nappa quote here.
Nappa's thank you speech.
Yeah, this is, I mean, what these awards are all about, the Nappas. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to see any more Nappa, so Nappa's just going to have to live on the show in spirit.
Oh, he'll be there.
Yeah, he'll always forever in our hearts.
In our hearts.
But that wraps up the Nappa Awards.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Well, on the awards or the...
Just the saga in general.
Oh, I mean, we're going to find out if it's the best saga, which...
Yeah, as of right now, it's my favorite saga, so...
I mean, it's between this and Namek, and I know I've always liked the Namek saga the most, but I've never watched it under, these circumstances doing the podcast, so I'll really get to, analyze it and then know 100%.
Fuck yeah, we going to Namek and fake Namek.
It's going to, yeah, fake Namek. I gotta stop at fake Namek, and then it's on to Namek.
Word. So yeah, stay tuned. We got some shit coming out, bonus episodes.
Yeah, next week is part 2 of our Dragon Ball movie reviews with the second movie in the Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Z series, I suppose, the Tree of Might.
Trio Might.
So that'll be fun. It's one of the better movies out of all of them.
Cheer. Sweet. Plugs.
Follow us on Twitter at DBDpod. Download, like, rate, review, subscribe. And
Oh yeah, and I just want to add, if you were late to our show, as of a few days ago, the first 15, 20 episodes weren't available, but I fixed that. So if you want, you can go back and check out our earlier episodes, which didn't have as good a sound quality probably, but they were still good episodes nonetheless. So
well, most of them did because...
Oh yeah, we did re-record a few, so...
And yeah, but they're not as good just because...
yeah,
naturally.
We're still figuring things out. Still figuring stuff out today, But yeah, you can check them out now. They should be available on anywhere where you can get podcasts.
Yes. So enjoy. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.